Become a member, sign in, and start streaming today.
Well, it's time for our very favorite part of the show, Disgrace of the Week. As always, Ms. Calhoun, please start us off.
Well, we've had a lot of discussion here about free speech, and it's going to continue, but there is no question that civil discourse has become a lot less civil lately. We saw, and again, to the media, we've all encountered it. We saw Murder the Media in Washington, D.C. We see the comments on our page every day about people threatening each other, which makes it a lot harder to figure out what the real threats are. But I would argue a man who leaves Colorado pulling explosives and Glocks and everything else to D.C. with the idea that he's going to shoot Nancy Reagan in the noggin.
Nancy Pelosi,
sorry, in the noggin, but then neglects to deal with his taillights. Those are the kinds of gang who can't shoot straight terrorists we want to see.
David.
When Donald Trump was trying to pressure Vice President Pence into unilaterally rejecting the electoral votes transmitted by the states, Trump told Pence that he could be a patriot or a patsy, except he actually used a different word instead of patsy. Michael Pence chose to be a patriot and obeyed the Constitution. And also choosing to be a patriot was Liz Cheney, who put Constitution and country ahead of her political interest. Whether or not she loses a primary in 2022 in Wyoming, she will always be a profile in courage.
Natasha, we go to you for your Disgrace of the Week.
I think, like many parents, I looked at the 2020 election as an opportunity to teach my child about how elections work in our country. And at nearly every stage of the election and the campaign, I had to add caveats that this wasn't normal, this wasn't the way it goes, adding an asterisk to almost everything. I'm starting to worry that the real disgrace is that it is normal.
Krista, your Disgrace of the Week.
I'm going to give it to nasty people on both sides, partisans who think it's okay to tweet nasty things to people. In about a 24-hour period, I got a death threat from a Trump supporter, and I also got a bunch of nasty things from the left, including a desire to have me canceled. So I tell you what, guys, hobbies. Get a hobby. Nothing with sharp needles, so maybe crochet, but get a hobby. Stop harassing people as your way of enjoying life.
Here, Krista. We need an expansion of pickleball courts for the rest of America. Time to say something nice about somebody. Patty?
Yeah, and they should keep their taillights out and maybe unplug their computers. Something nice, MLK Day, 35 years ago, Colorado, Denver had the first parade. We won't have a parade this year physically, but there are a lot of online events to remind us of just how far this country had come at that point and why MLK is someone to remember.
David.
Well, and my late father for his legislative maneuvers, which led to passing the MLK holiday. But also to the photographer who snapped that famous picture at Donald Trump's third wedding with Donald and Ivanka yucking it up with Hillary and Bill Clinton. Who knew that a single photo would capture 3/4 of all presidential impeachments in American history?
If only they had a painting of Andrew Johnson behind it. It would have been the superfecta right there. Let's go to Natasha for your Say Something Nice.
Well, as I was doom scrolling through Twitter, like so many people in the last week, imagine my surprise to come across something really nice and wonderful and uplifting. Representative Neguse was passing out donuts and coffee to National Guard members in D.C., and it was nice to see something kind.
Krista, we go to you for your Say Something Nice. I'm going to give it to the 10 GOP Republicans that joined Democrats in the impeachment. I know it's going to make life very, very hard for them over the next 2 years, and I appreciate their courage. The fact is that if you want to be a blogger or a pundit and put out conspiracy theories, hey, that's all your right. If you want to do that as the president, there's going to be a consequence for that. And so I appreciate what they did, and I think they deserve accolades.
I want to add a few something nices. First of all, I want to thank John Digby with Digby Trucking, a supporter of this program and PBS 12. It's a good reminder that all the different supply things we talk about, there are truckers throughout our nation making sure we're getting the things we need. So I appreciate his support and all the things that his company is doing for this country. Also, as we celebrate 29 years of Colorado Inside Out, Betty White was a sprite 70 years old when we came on the scene. She will turn 99 on Sunday. And all the years we talk about different things happening, that what's wrong in America, we still have Betty White. So 2021 really can't be that bad.